Hello YouTube and welcome to a live stream. We are going to be building in public. It is day 18 out of 30 building a new AI application. We are pushing through. Today I'm unable to use TikTok because I have a new, actually I'll take it down. I have a new iPhone, lovely iPhone 17. I've already forgotten what it is. Cannot use the back camera on TikTok, so I can't do the dual camera. I don't know if that's a limitation of TikTok or a limitation of the camera or the phone itself, which would be very annoying, but we are reverting and we're just going to be doing YouTube instead. So I'm just taking off my microphones and focusing on the other one. That said, it's just going to be me and you, YouTube, and to be fair, for this particular stream, being on YouTube is the place to be because you can actually see my screen, whereas on TikTok I had a setup where I had the camera in front of me and it was looking at the screen and it was fairly terrible, but I can't even do that with my new phone on TikTok. Don't know why. Okay, anyway, who cares? That is a me problem, not a you problem. YouTube, excuse me, TikTok's not here. So what we are doing, what did we do yesterday? We created the ability to switch between admin mode and beta tester mode, just so we can kind of see what it looks like for the testers who are going to be coming in shortly. And what I'd like to do now is fix up specifically, let me get back to it, the kind of onboarding. So at the moment, when you land on the first page, it's trying to get you to put in a YouTube URL. But we're moving it so it's actually text first and foremost, because for the YouTube you need to log in with a Gmail account, a Google account, and you need to have a YouTube channel to be able to test functionality, which just limits it a bit. So we're going to flip that around. So let's start off with that. So I'm going to be using this. Oh, what's going on? I've lost my ability to talk to Lovable using a microphone. What's going on? Is there some kind of weird tech issue that I don't know? What am I looking for? Tech outage? Is there something going on that I don't know about? Okay, there's a WhatsApp problem. A huge problem with WhatsApp. I don't know why, but I cannot talk to Lovable, nor can I set up my second camera. Okay, so maybe something's going on. We're going to have to type in that case. Okay, so hi Lovable. I want to change the what page would call this page? The front page once logged in. And then I'm going to give it the URL so that it is text priority first and YouTube second. So we'll just do that for now, I think. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll keep it nice and simple, and then we'll do small edits because I have a list of things I need to attend to and get fixed up, but we'll start with a small one, because if we jump straight in and try and do huge edits, huge sweeping changes, it doesn't work. While I'm doing this, I'm going to actually check out if Restream has added TikTok or StreamYard. I actually have a StreamYard account, so I should be using that. Let's see if they use it anymore. Destinations still haven't added TikTok. They've added it via RTMP, but to get an RTMP key I need a PC, and it's a lot of faff. All the streaming stuff is quite complicated. I had somebody, you might know her, Sarah, she does AI content, and she wanted to get into live streaming. She was able to ask me questions like, what camera should I get? How do I connect it all? How do you simultaneously stream to different places, etc.? Managed to save her a lot of heartache telling her how to set it up, because wow, it's taken me a long time, and I still can't stream to TikTok properly, which is annoying. Okay. This is, oh no, it is working. I'm just worried that there are outages. Not that we're using OpenAI, but let's have a look. Oh, okay. ChatGPT on WhatsApp outage. That's fine because that's a WhatsApp issue. Let's see what else is having problems. Outlook is down. Windows Live Hotmail. Reddit is down. Is that true? No, Reddit is okay. Comcast.com is down. Not going to worry too much about that one. Okay, maybe it's just me being paranoid. It feels like the internet's a bit broken at the moment, or maybe I'm just having technical problems. Okay, so that has changed it around. So we should have text first and YouTube second. Let's go ahead and update that. There are some days when we haven't had one, thankfully, this day 18, but some days the AI tools just are dumb. And that will roll down to the vibe coding tools. So right now this is based on Anthropic. Actually, let's see if there's any issues. Status. Claude status elevated. Okay, Claude AI degraded performance platform.claude. That's one we'll be using. Sorry, we'll be using the API here. Degraded performance. Right. Okay. We'll see how it goes. But I have the feeling there is something going on with the internet right now. 11 Labs is working. Just not in Lovable. Okay, I'm going to stop fretting about this. So that has worked. So it's moved text content here and it's put YouTube content here. So that will be the first page they see. Well, let's actually sign out. So this will be the first page they see. Now, do we actually want the other one to be? I'm thinking let's do this. So let's log back in, because that at the moment we have this page, which used to be the front page. And it still is to a certain extent, but we also have an auth page, which is like a login page, which looks like, I can't see it because I'm not creating an account, but so maybe we want the front page to look like this. But when they go to generate ideas, if they are not logged in, they will have to create an account. I think that's going to be the way. So let's do some changes. And then if they want to create a YouTube video, they'll need to connect their their Google account, excuse me. It's not just tech issues we're having, it's human brain issues. So let's do that. So let's make sure this works first. So let's grab a bit of text, throw that in there. Cool content title, my cool blog, generate ideas. Okay, so that's working. Just thinking about the flow here. So we can actually allow them to generate. No, what we'll do, sorry, I'm all over the place. What we'll do is they'll see this page. Cool. They can come here, they can put something in. It will generate the ideas for them. That'll be free. That costs me money, but it costs me a cent or so. It could be open to abuse, but somebody would have to really try to abuse it. They'd have to. It'd be a pain for them to abuse. They could do it with bots, but I would set up anti-botting measures. But I want them to be able to do it for free, so they can at least see the ideas. What we'll do is, if they are signed out, they can still see this page. They'll come and they can put in their information, and it will generate lead magnet ideas for them. But then to create those lead magnets, they need to create an account. I think that's where we want it. I still have to type all of this. Let me reload. Yep. That's very sad. Okay, let's reshuffle the new user experience. So this will be the front page for all users. Any user can input info and generate ideas. Now let me think. At the moment, the ideas are assigned to a user, but these ideas won't be. is that an issue? Okay, let's put it in chat mode. Then if they want to go ahead and generate the lead magnet, they need to log in and /or make an account. So on the idea page, those generate lead magnet buttons will be conditional depending on their user role. If a guest, then they'll have to sign up with and create an account. No need for Google account until they want to generate lead magnets based off. Okay, so we'll kill the normal make an account page and move its functionality, because we want to keep the actual guts here, to the page. No, not even there. And move the functionality. We want to retain the user roles, etc. One question right now: lead magnet ideas are assigned to a specific user. When someone is a guest, we don't even have their email yet, so they don't have a user account. Is there a way to assign the lead magnet ideas and the new generation to their account once they make it, and flush/delete any lead magnet ideas that don't trigger a user account creation. This is why I like to use the voice mode, because you don't have to watch me type, because it's incredibly boring. I could probably do it with the Mac. This is stupid. How do I dictate to a Mac? I should know this. Apple menu system setting, keyboard turn on dictation, then place the insertion point where you want it to key, and then press the... Oh, I've got a microphone key. Let's see if that works. Do you want to enable dictation? Okay. Cool. So that should now allow me to dictate, so we'll give that a shot in a minute. Okay, cool. So I'll be able to dictate using the Apple dictation mode. I don't know how good it is. If it's anything like Siri, I'm not too excited, but we'll give it a shot in a minute. So the problem with doing this live without TikTok is I don't have people asking me questions, even if they are mainly asking me why I'm using Lovable. I feel that I should answer that question anyway, because it comes up every time. We're using Lovable to show that anyone can do this, because you use natural language, you talk to the piece of software, rather than having to know how to code. If you know how to code, fantastic, but it is not a prerequisite. I understand you can want to completely restructure the user experience. Well, no, just that first page. Let me first examine the current code base, and now let me examine how the database stores lead magnet ideas, etc. Right, based on my analysis of the code base, I understand you want to completely restructure the user experience to be guest first with conditional authentication. Yes. So current video transcripts and lead magnet generation tables require user ID to not be null, so not be empty. All edge functions require authentication. That's going to be a problem. So lead magnet ideas are generated and immediately saved to database with user association. So database... Oh, you know what might be easier? what might be easier is to kind of mock up the demo mode. So they can come, they can generate lead magnet ideas, and then they can move into the sign up flow, but we don't hook it all into our main database. We kind of create a parallel system where we mock it up, because I don't want to mess around with what we've already got going unless we have to. Client side session. Okay, so I don't actually want to change everything, and this seems like a massive restructuring, which is not ideal. Right, let's first test if we can actually dictate. Oh, hang on. Testing. Okay, let me check if this works. I don't want to restructure the whole project based on just setting up this free user flow. Is there a way we can kind of create a stripped down version which allows for guests to generate an idea, and then we authorize and move them into the main flow? Just because I don't want to tinker around with our existing user flow, I don't want to make those not require a user ID, because I foresee that causing other issues. So instead, I want to be able to give people a taster and to be able to see what the tool can do by giving it a transcript and by generating ideas off the back of that. But I don't want to have to restructure everything else. So what are my options here? Is it a parallel, like a simulated version? Let's discuss. Okay, the transcription's fine. Oh, no, it's not. I don't want to restructure the whole project based on just setting up this free music flow. Is there a way we can create a kind of stripped down version which allows guests to an idea and then we authorize them to be the main? It's not great. So Lovable uses 11 Labs, which is a really good voice model, and is much better than the Apple one, because that's a bit of a mess. But thankfully, Claude managed to understand what I was talking about, even though the transliteration was terrible. So, proposed guest demo mode. Allow unauthenticated users to access the main page. For guests, show mock results instead of calling real edge function. No, because it's not going to work, because we need to... we can't just show them random lead magnets. So that's not going to make any sense. Right, so that's not going to work. So let's think about it. I'm here, I'm not logged in, so I see this, I put in some information to generate a lead magnet to test it out. At the moment, I cannot do that unless I'm logged in. I can have a free account, but I cannot do it unless I'm logged in. So maybe the simplest thing to do, is just that button takes them to an account creation. That might be the simplest thing to do. So they do need to create an account before they even carry out this. I think we do that for now. Okay, that's not going to work because placeholders don't work in this case, because we need them to be able to input their own content in order to get a lead magnet that makes sense for them. So a placeholder demo does not work. What I want to do is, I still want... That's annoying. I can't go away from there. What I want to do is still use that page as the front page because it's visually more appealing, but if they are not logged in and they click on generate, it takes them into a new user flow. Ideally a modal flow which has them create an account using an email and creating a password. only if they're logged out. Also give them the ability to log in that modal, just in case they already have an account. And then once they've done that, created their user account, then it triggers the generation of the ideas. So let's do that. So again, we want that main page that we're discussing. I want that to be the front page when you are not logged in, so you can see what it looks like rather than it being an auth page. But I want the account creation to be a bit more built into that flow rather than being sent to a specific account creation page. So someone who's logged in uses that page to generate lead magnets. Cool. Someone who's not logged in can still see that same interface, but when they submit their lead magnet content, they're going to be put into the create account or login flow. Or login flow. It's funny, Lovable only added the voice mode about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, tops, and I'm already so used to it. So being bumped back down to the built-in Mac dictation is very annoying because it's a bit crap. And it's nothing to do with processing power. I'm on a Mac M4 Pro, blah blah blah. Like it has the power. It's just not a very good model. Sadly, that's fine though. So main page redirects unauthenticated current state. That's the current state. So front page will be accessible to everyone. Remove the auth redirect from index. Yep. Guest users can input content. Yep. Modal authentication flow. When they submit content, show a modal / pop-up for account creation, email and password only. Awesome. Immediate processing after sign up. Once they create an account, automatically process their submitted content. Yes. And then keep existing login options for returning users who already have accounts. So sometimes you might be logged out and you end up on that page and you don't want that modal to be like create a new account because it's going to be annoying. That's much cleaner than my previous suggestions. This will give you visit sites so you can see the form. Awesome. Enter content. Okay, let's actually that's good. Let's simplify even more and remove the ability to generate using YouTube. Later we will kind of tease the fact that you can generate it from videos, but we're going to make that front page really, really simple. So it's based on text content. You add text and it creates a lead magnet. Simple. And then we will, in the marketing and sales pages, etc., talk about the ability to generate from videos. But that first page is just going to be text. So remove the toggle, remove the ability to enter YouTube content. So it is instead visit site, generate content using text. Nice and simple. First page going to be the troublability content physics. Oh my god, do I need to type? Simplify even more. Maybe we can generate videos. Wow. Okay, this is really frustrating. I'm missing 11 labs. Is there a better dictation tool I can use on Mac? Because this is terrible. Oh. Wow. Okay. Wow. That bad transliteration almost killed my whole project. Okay, no. Thankfully it's not doing anything in chat mode. Do not remove the YouTube functionality. Woo-wee! I just want to remove the tab which allows YouTube URL entry. so that that page is purely a front page with text based input. So it was about to based on that terrible transliteration from my Apple transcription, it was about to try and wipe a core functionality of my whole project. So thankfully I wasn't just clicking yeah, go for it. For anyone who wasn't here at the beginning of the stream, transliteration or the ability to speak to Lovable is not working for some reason. There are also problems with Claude, apparently. So we are hitting a few more issues than we normally would. So simplify, remove from the front page only. Cool. Index txt, that's the page. Auth, okay, it's got it. Front page becomes clean text and experience. Input text content, see what they get. Authentication requires only when they want to generate. Awesome. Phew. Right, we're going to implement. But thank God I read that one, because that would have been problematic. So we're just simplifying the onboarding flow. Ideally, I'd like to work out what these guys are doing. So I'm actually going to do background. Is talk to Claude, or unfortunately I can't send Claude off as an agent. That's fine. I'm building a tool that pulls YouTube transcriptions like this. This page can pull the full transcript without being logged in / using my Google Auth. How? So I'm just going to ask that and put it in research mode. With ChatGPT, I could send an agent to go and poke around the page, but let's use Opus 4.1, which is Anthropic's best model, and it's a very good model, and I've put it in research mode as well. So I'm going to let that do its thing. So we have two AIs working for us right now. We have one which is redoing this page for us, and then we have one which is off doing some research for us as well. That's how we like to do it. We like to have multiple agents or multiple things working at the same time. That's how we become more productive, as long as we check their work. Otherwise we're just becoming making more mess faster. I might actually send a ChatGPT agent off to do the same thing. So let's grab, oops, where's ChatGPT? ChatGPT, there we go. Agent mode, and let's put it in deep research. What else have we got? Agent should be enough, because I wanted to go and look at that page specifically. And then on my side, what we can do, we can not inspect. Let's look at the page source. Okay, Astro. So this stuff up here is Google Tag Manager, so we can ignore that. Then we've got style here, so we can ignore that. And then we have, what's this? That is their kind of background image. Then we have the text here, get live, and then we have, here we go, what's this? Oh, campaign YouTube. Tactique, Chrome, UTM source, okay. Get the transcript. So trying to look and see, this looks like it's the script then. In the footer? No. Don't need to look through it. There'll be a script here somewhere, which we're unlikely to be able to have a look at. Chrome Web Store. Bro, how do I develop Flutter app? I don't have Lovable Premium. How am I going to do it? So if you don't want to pay for a vibe coding app, you can do it manually. basically. Or if you have ChatGPT, if you have Claude, you can get them to help you with the basic creation, but then you're going to need to host it yourself, which you can 100% do. With Flutter, I mean, what is it specifically? It's a user interface developed using Flutter. I mean, what's actually built in? Developers write code once and deploy it to multiple platforms. I don't know enough about mobile app development, unfortunately. Next month, I'm aiming to do a mobile app, so I might be able to help you. What's actually built in? I don't know the answer, but what I would say is ask Claude. So say, hey, I don't want to pay for any tools. How can I build a Flutter app? They have, I mean, they have development. They have the packages here. So what do they have? pub.dev, an official package repository for Flutter apps, trending packages. So they have a whole bunch of packages. So you'd probably start with one of these, depending on what the functionality of the application is. And then this will get you a long way. Again, depends what you're building though. And then you deploy it using what's actually built in. I don't know if has it got a language? Oh, okay. Flutter uses Dart, which is developed by Google. Okay. Cool. So you probably want to learn some Dart. Google will have learning resources. They always do. And especially if it's one of their languages and one of their libraries. Okay, let's see. Guest first flow. So let's have a look at that. And for that, you probably wouldn't want to use Lovable anyway, because I don't think it will. Well, you can probably force it to use Dart, but it won't do it natively. It uses Vite natively, so cursor would probably be better. Then you have a lot more power. And then in terms of the model you use, probably Gemini, because it's a Google model and it might be better. I don't know, you'd have to test that. Claude is still a very good model, but I don't know how good it is with Dart in particular. Okay, so let's reload this. There we go. So that has simplified it a lot. These are still, probably don't need these. Let's actually get rid of them. Cool. Let's also get rid of the title and source URL. Boxes, and let's auto generate a title upon generation of the ideas, which will also be assigned to the source. So one problem I was having in the dashboard, let's go to the dashboard, was that the text documents, unless I put in a title, they were showing as untitled content, which is a bit ugly. So let's generate that title for them, and then at least there'll be something there, because we're generating the name of the lead magnets already. So we'll just generate the name of the content, which is useful if you're just copying it from some random source or a blog article, for example. Okay, so that's just going to do that, and then we need to test this while we're logged out to see what it does. So we'll do that in a minute. And then maybe we do it, what should we do it with? Should we do it with, it's quite long though. I wrote a guide the other day about starting to build with AI. So let's pull in the text from here. Do I want to do the whole thing? Yeah, sod it, why not? So I'm going to grab all of that, and then we're going to test it out and see what it does if I'm not logged in. Cool. Oh, build unsuccessful. Why is that? Seems to be okay. That's fine. So let's do it signed out. So when I'm signed out, I put this in, kind of get rid of that. generate idea, boom, and it's like, no, you cannot do that. So sign in to generate your lead magnets and save them to your dashboard. So enter your email, enter a password. So we'll probably emphasize it's free and that you get free credits as well. So let's just test the flow for now. So test, I don't know, 9@gmail.com. And I've turned off the requirement to, okay, that didn't work. I've turned off the requirement to confirm an email address for now. We'll probably add it later. Oh, what just happened there? What do you mean there's 751 error messages? Well, okay, so what's working and what's not? Okay, when I am logged out and click generate, it pops up the modal and allows me to create an account. Then it goes to generating page, then it errored with this. It shouldn't be using video, so the error message is irrelevant. I don't know if it's, or maybe it tried to use a video, so, or you used the video edge function, question, and then we had apparently 751 error messages. Here we go. Don't think we need them all. Let's just grab a few of them. Also 751 errors in Chrome. Here are a few, because I don't want to send it all 751 because there's no need. It looks like it's one error which has got into a loop and it's spat out multiple error codes, and it managed to do it 751 times before Chrome said nope, that's enough, we stop that, and Chrome threw up this error message instead and it stopped. Sometimes it will go in an infinite loop and there won't be a break. It will not get out of that loop, and then you'd see this at the bottom of the screen, it just be filling up, and that might cause Chrome to crash, or this tab at least to crash. But in this case it looks like Chrome has said that's enough of that, what are you doing, and managed to stop it. That's fine. So we've taken the errors back to Lovable, or back to Claude, and say, hey, this is what's going on. And I gave it a bunch of these errors, enough for it to be able to tell what's going on, I'm certain. But I've also told it what is working. So we need to communicate to it at each step, hey, this bit's working, this bit isn't working, what's going on. What I'd like to do is, if I sign back in using my admin account, we'll see if that user was actually made. Oh, what's the day? September the 24th. Is this the one? I don't have a time on it. I think this is them. They just got made. I don't have a time. I've only got a date. Did I make another user before? I've forgotten already. I think this is them. Oh dear. And now Lovable has stopped working. Let's see if those Anthropic statuses are still. I've got degraded performance. I'm going to refresh this. So I'm just going to relay that back in. Normally you don't need to, but something went wrong there. This is the problem when you're live streaming, you're committing to do it every single day. Sometimes the models or the tools are just not going to play nicely. Look at that. The voice mode came back. So I wonder if that crashed out my Lovable because they'd just pushed back the voice mode. Maybe. But we seem to have the voice mode back. Let's see if it works in a moment, or if it hits the bed. Hopefully it won't. But when you're doing something like this, a challenge where you're doing it every single day, it kind of doesn't matter. I guess it's the same like if I committed to run, 10k a day. If it's raining, tough. You still have to go out and do it. Okay, and then when that is working, if that is working, we will, what's the next thing we want to do? I've got a list. I want to add the ability for people to add their YouTube later. So at the moment, we'll have text as their primary generation method, and then we'll have YouTube. But if they want to do that, they need to supplementarily, is that the word? Add their Google account so that it can authorize with YouTube with them. And then we'll add TikTok, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And those are much bigger, more complicated tasks, which I've been kind of dreading starting, but I do need to get onto, unfortunately. Oh dear. I think Lovable has died. Let's have a look at Lovable status. We're currently experiencing issues in the editor. Well, yes, that's exactly where I am, unfortunately. Okay, no, the credit bar is missing. Is it? Oh yeah, the credit bar is gone. So I think they are having problems over at Lovable as well. So we've got elevated problems at Claude, Anthropic. We have problems with Lovable. We had my 11 labs had gone down. We might need to end the stream if this doesn't work at 40 minutes. It's not the end of the world. And I'm going to do an annoyed social media post. But let's give it one more go. So by the way, this is how you check on most tools. If you feel something's not right, what you're going to do is put in something like OpenAI, which is ChatGPT, and then status. The status pages is generally status dot whatever it is, status dot Lovable, status dot OpenAI, status dot Anthropic will tell you what's going on. So OpenAI has some WhatsApp outages. Anthropic status has elevated error rates, which is a problem. I'm using both of these because I'm using ChatGPT to create the lead magnets, and I'm using Claude inside of Lovable. That is the model that's being used. So again, let's check out Lovable status. So you just use the word status, and that's going to give you, it's going to help you find a page like this, which will give you updates of what's going on. And apparently WhatsApp is down. Let's have a look at the WhatsApp status page. Oh, this is a bit different. Well, we'd have to look on Meta, but there is elevated problems on WhatsApp. Not that I'm using WhatsApp, thank God. Enough is already broken. Let's go back. No. That's a shame. We are going to have to end the stream because we have crapped out. I could move stuff over to Cursor, but I've only got 10 minutes left, so it's not really worth it. Annoying, but these things happen, and there's not much I can do about it. I can only hope that other tools are down. Let's see if others are broken. Look at that. Replete is all systems go. Damn it. I'm doing a hackathon over the weekend, and I think we're going to use Replete for the hackathon. So fingers crossed that we don't have any status issues over the weekend with that, because that would be extremely frustrating because we have a very limited amount of time to build. If anyone wants to join, it's a Google hackathon. Here we go, Nuiti, the Travel Light Hackathon with Nuiti. First prize is €10,000, second prize is €5,000, third prize is €3,000, and they all come with a weekend getaway. I hope somewhere nice. I assume like Italy, but it could be like, I don't know, North Wales. I'm not really sure. And it starts this week, Friday the 26th of September at 6 p.m. There's an online intro call, and then you've got 5 days to create a product and send in a short video, and then the final in-person feedback on Wednesday the 1st. So if you are interested in joining, it's actually quite hard to find online, so have a look at this. It's rsvp.website with google.com and then /events. It should show up there, because hilariously it doesn't show up on Google, which it really should. Okay, I'm going to close off the stream because there's not much I can do about that. If it's broken, it's broken, and that's very annoying. I'm going to shoot a very annoyed video about it to let off some steam. Thank you guys for joining. Apologies for all of the technical problems. Apologies to TikTok, who aren't even here because of the technical problems with TikTok. Oh well, let's use the stoic approach to it. I cannot control it, so there's no use worrying about it. Thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow for a fully functioning stream. No problems at all.